Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? What's up, fantasy footballers? Congratulations to everybody else out there who made it to their championship. Absolutely. We are trying to get in there and repeat. We won it and took down the league last year and going to try to do it again this year. We did make it. Uh, Everything good. We were able to make it back into the fantasy leagues this year, the fantasy championship, going to the fantasy bowl. It wasn't easy. It was some crazy times going on, and oh man, it is good to be the commissioner. Oh, representing, you got to bring your A game when you come to play the commish. Absolutely represented. Put together a squad. Got lucky. Made it through all the times, all the sickness. By Mageddon. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that one. By Mageddon. Hey, what's up, AK? I see you out there. Yeah, bye Mageddon was crazy. All those people sitting on bye weeks and just had to try to inch through. I think I had three people. Had like three spots dead because I didn't want to implode my team. And one guy went for I had AJ Dillon go for like negative yards and still somehow squeaked out a win. So, man, just one of the lucky ones to make it through. Man, I had Eckler out this week for the first round of the playoffs, but I was playing a guy who had Cook, who he was out, so that kind of kept it fair. Our two-star running backs out, but it was a squeaker. Came down to Monday night. He had Alvin Kamara in. I had the Miami defense in, and you already know how that worked out. So we go back to the bowl, baby. It has been an interesting year. Supposed to have Andy on here, and unfortunately, he is having some storms, and I wasn't able to get back on. So it is what it is. I was hoping to get him on one last time this year and be able to get it in, but we'll get him back next year. And back going on, we had an absolute battle, and man, he just missed making the playoffs. He had a tough one, and he was battling to get into that fourth spot and just missed out. So, yeah, that was kind of a bummer. He wasn't able to make it, but hey, what are you going to do? Not everybody can make it every time, all the time. It is what it is. But, yeah, I was really hoping to have him on there, kind of talk about the season, how things went. I mean, it's been absolutely crazy. Oh, man. Let's see here. Hold on one sec. Oh man, I wonder if my man Jake Cruz is out there, but how about them Dolphins? I mean, they were just unbelievable. Come on, let's give it up to those Finns. Never before has a team lost 7 in a row and won 7 in a row in the same season. Them Dolphins did it. They were 1-7, and now they're 8-7. And it's going by so quiet, like nobody's talking about it. Like, how is nobody talking about this? The Dolphins are just silently, absolutely savages out there, just wrecking people. 8 in a row, or 7 wins in a row, got back to 8-7, and still in the hunt. Hey, what's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there. And yeah, like I said, just kind of getting it into it, man. I mean, like I just said, never before has a team lost 7 and then won 7 in the same year. It's just absolutely incredible what the Dolphins are doing, and it's just a slap in the face that not more people are talking about this. I mean, people should be going nuts. The Dolphins are on an absolute tear, just doing it right now. And I mean, how are not more people talking about this? He says, I've been mentioning it from time to time. I'll bet you have, but there's so few of us out there. I mean, where's ESPN? Where's NFL Network? How are not more people just blowing this up? The Finns are just silently just creeping and crawling right back up to the top. 7 in a row. But yeah, kind of mind blowing. Never before has a team lost 7 and won 7 in the same year. And let's just fingers crossed they can keep that train moving in the right direction because the Dolphins are doing it. Oh, it feels good. Unbelievable. And I mean, yeah, I mean, is it their defense keeping them in? It has to be. What's up, Jake? I was just saying I was going into this week for the championship, and I had my defense, and we're about even, and I had my defense, and he had Alvin Kamara, and we already know how that worked out. 25 points. The Finns were just doing it. 8 sacks, 2 interceptions, a pick 6. I mean, everything you could ever ask for. Let's go, Miami. Let's finish up strong. And I'm wondering, like, what do you guys think? Do you think Debo has earned a spot as a number one first round draft, or not maybe number one, but a first round draft pick next year? Doesn't he just have to go in the first round? Debo has been absolutely amazing this year. I mean, where did this guy come from? And he is just a man among boys out there, just doing it, manhandling it. Now they don't even know where they're using him. They're letting him run the ball, letting him catch the ball. Like, doesn't Debo just have to go in the first round next year? I mean, he is just a superior athlete. I know I'm going to have all eyes on him next year and see what's up and see how things progress, but see how he finishes off this year. But dude, on a team that's just been kind of another one, San Fran kind of, quietly creeping up. And even they're they're not even as quiet as the Dolphins. More people are talking about San Fran doing it than the Fins, but I see, you got to prove it to the people. That's what they're doing. Oh man. What's up? How many leagues did you play this year, Jake? How many leagues were you in, and how many made the playoffs? Let a brother know. What's up, Justin Hicks? Welcome, welcome. He will if you can play him at wide receiver or tight end. Man, I'm telling you, that's about the next move. If they had anybody other than Kittle out there, they might move Debo into tight end because that man can play all over the field and just produce for you. He has been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And that's another one, like what's going to happen in this week in the backfield of San Fran? Is Jeff Wilson going to come back and look even better? Is Eli Mitchell going to come back and actually be able to produce? I know a lot of the experts are saying, like, even if Eli comes back, he might not be up to peak performance. But I don't know, man, because that's one of my big cry me a rivers this week is if I would have played Eli Mitchell in the 2 games that I sat him, I would have been in both of my fantasy bowls. I would have made it to the playoffs. I would have smoked the 2 guys in the last 2 games in the playoffs, and I'd be in the fantasy bowl. I absolutely produced this week. So, yeah, it was crazy. Oh, man. Running back. Yep. I feel you. Running back. They don't know how they're going to use him, but the fact that they can use him all over the field just kind of lets you know just how valuable he is, and just keep all eyes on Debo next year because he might deserve a top spot up there in front. He has been absolutely nothing but a producer this year. So, yeah, he's crazy. And that was my worst no trade this year. I don't even want to say it. It's so bad. I looked in my thing, got to my email a little bit late, and right before the game, a guy was going to trade me Debo Samuels and Nick Chubb for Stephon Diggs. I was like, are you kidding me? I couldn't hit it quick enough. But then the games went and it locked up. And then, of course, after the game, he took off Chubbs and he's like, I'll just go straight up with you. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But, man, he was like, just Debo Samuel. And I probably should have still done that. Debo just straight for Diggs. It still would have been a good one. So, unbelievable. But, yeah, that was my worst no trade. If I'd have seen that in time, that would have been the greatest pickup ever. Chubbs and Debo for Stephon Diggs. Yes, please. Can I have another helping? Where does Cup go? That's man, that is a good question. I hear everybody talking about next year's first receivers off the board, and nobody's talking about Cup. All he has done is absolutely smashed this year, and everybody's still just saying it's nothing but Jeffries or Devontae Adams next year for the top 2 off the board. And I agree, those are 2 huge talents, but can we not get a nod to my man Cup, who's just gone off the rails this year? How is nobody talking about this man as like one of the top picks next year? He sure as hell is a top pick this year. He has done nothing but crush points all year long. It's like, oh my God, can we not give Cup some love? Where do I think he goes? I mean, it's a running back. So many things are up in the air. We got some of these new guys coming in. A lot of guys that do produce get that sophomore slump. So it's a lot of these good rookie receivers that are crushing, there's a decent chance they don't do quite so good. I mean, that sophomore slump for receivers is real. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. He might squeak in at, that 8, 9, 10, or that 9, 10, 11, 12. But I don't know. It depends. If you're in a 12-team league, he has a chance of going in the first round, but probably one of the first pickups in the second round, as I would imagine, is where Cup goes. Even though he probably deserves one of those last tail end picks in the first round, he'll probably go in the early second round. But unbelievable. Can we give Cooper Kupp some love? That guy has been absolutely crushing this year. A running back who can catch can be dangerous. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the way the league's going, you got to have a receiving running back. They're even turning guys like Henry and Chubb, who usually don't catch anything, into receivers because that's just kind of the way the league's going. So, definitely want to keep that in mind when you're drafting next year. You definitely want to make sure you have a running back who can catch the ball. Oh man, MVP. You think? Are you saying Cup's MVP, or are you asking who's MVP? A lot of people are trying to push that Jonathan Taylor as MVP, but I don't know. I mean, is it possible to have back-to-back MVPs? Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he just seems to be absolutely crushing it. He's another one. Like they're not talking about him as one of the top guys. Why not? Aaron Rodgers is killing it, absolutely killing it this year, and probably going to go back to the damn Super Bowl. So man, it's tough. I know Aaron Rodgers is up there. Obviously, I mean, if you can just do it for time produced, King Henry would have been number one by a mile. Like when he was in, he was just unfathomable. And what are they doing just using him that much? Of course he's going to get hurt. It's like they know he's going to get hurt, so let's just ride him till the wheels fall off. It's like, what are you doing? Like throw the ball. And I mean, it's rough. They had, Julio Jones and AJ Brown all banged up all year. They're thinking with those two and King Henry, I mean, it should have been a walk into the Super Bowl. And if they could all stayed Henry or healthy, it probably would have been. But man, that's tough. But yeah, for time produced, King Henry should have got the MVP by a mile. He's always amazing, and he was topping his most amazing. So yeah, absolutely nuts. Oh man, T. Higgins. I actually thought, I thought Mixon was going to be a top. I thought he was going to be like maybe the number one guy this year, maybe MVP, but he just didn't quite come through. But yeah, T. Higgins sure looked good last week. He hasn't been doing a lot all year. He's been boom or bust, but my God, he got it done last week. He was amazing. Oh, I didn't know you do these. Kept through that Johnny dude. Oh, Johnny, my brother from another mother across the pond. Shout out to Johnny Greenhands, Johnny and Wolf. Right on. Yeah, we were. It was kind of a light year this year. Andy, we both had a bunch going on. Early on, Andy had a bunch of stuff going on, so he wasn't able to get on. And then the second half, I got real busy right before the holidays, so I wasn't able to get on. So we just weren't able to make our schedules mesh. So, yeah, we weren't able to get it done too much this year, but hopefully we'll be back up and running and able to keep it going every single week next year. Fantasy Fruit Loops 2022. Keep an eye out. I think Cup is there, but I really meant fantasy MVP. Oh, fantasy MVP, yeah, it's got to be Cup. he's been on my team, and I've just been riding him all the way through. But yeah, I got lucky. I had Chubb and Eckler and Cup and Amari Cooper, Antonio Brown. Then I had a good enough team. I was able to pick up AJ Brown when they dropped him because he was hurt for so long, and they needed somebody right away that week. So I stashed him, and he single-handedly brought me into the playoffs. Because that's a team that was a week a lot of superstars just died, and AJ Brown, I checked the gamble on him, didn't even know if he's going to play, but fired him up, and he came through and absolutely put me on his shoulders and brought me home. It was amazing. I was hoping Andy would be here, wanted to talk crap. Yeah, I know. He's like I said, unfortunately, he's in a storm right now, and hard to stream with no power. So. Yep, he was supposed to be on the night. We were planning on it, and just did not work out. So hopefully we'll be back up and running and be able to, like I said, be on a lot more often and more consistent next year. But love doing this, and it's always a blast. But yeah, it was awesome. He said he had Kelsey and Waller and still got smashed by 10 points or something like that going in. So he kind of had a rough year. Maybe there is no storm. Maybe he's just feeling so bad about all his bad luck that he didn't want to come in. Oh no, I doubt. I had some great pickups for free. Yeah, like I said, you got to work those waiver wires. That's the thing. It doesn't even matter how you draft so much. I mean, you got to get lucky with a couple stars, but it's more how you work those waiver wires week in and week out. And then it's really crazy in my league because it's like the wild, wild west. I don't do waivers. It's just like first come, first serve. It's crazy. As soon as it opens up, everybody's like this on Tuesday. As soon as that opens, everybody trying to get their guy. It's funny. I like it like that. Quick draw McGraw style, old school. And we're standard too, so it's no PPR. I don't know. I like the way the league's set up. Been going for over 20 years, so I don't think too much is going to change. And I think most people like it like that. Everybody else does their other PPRs, so I think they like coming to my league and just doing the standard old school style. Or so they say. I've had a couple of COVID problems, but got lucky. Yeah, me too. Like I said, me and the guy I was playing, he had Cook go out, and I had Eckler go out. So our two number one running backs essentially went out, and we had to pick up some other guys to produce. And produce they did, like the Miami Dolphins defense. What? 25 points. I mean, I was happy when I heard Taysom wasn't going to be quarterbacking, but oh my goodness, I had no idea. 8 sacks, just amazing. 8 sacks, pick six, 2 interceptions, just getting it done. And it's funny that 25 points is only the second highest score this year. So there's another defense who actually did better. I'm not sure which one it was, but that's crazy. Oh, wow. It can't be stuttering, is it? Don't do that. It's just me. Why would you be stuttering? There you go. That crazy, crazy, crazy. What's up? How about after a rest and a whole off season off? What do you guys think? You think Zeke is still going to be a first round pick next year? Because in my other league, I didn't want him, but just the way it felt to me, I had to pick him up. But oh my god, I wasn't even surprised about how much of a bust he was this year because I think he's like that every year. So wasn't happy to get him. He had a couple decent games, but what do you guys think? If with the rest through the offseason, do you think Zeke's going to be a first round pick next year? Because he has looked awful, absolutely awful. What can you do? He said, poor Cook, roughest opening I've ever seen. I mean, don't you just kind of go in knowing that McCaffrey, and I mean, me and Andy have been arguing about this all year. Like I said, you just expect McCaffrey to get hurt at this point. And he's like, just because he didn't get hurt early on in his career, what's he done the last 2 seasons? I mean, so you kind of go into that knowing. Now, next year, knowing that, do you still take him as a top 5 pick? That's an interesting question. Because when he is on the field, he produces like no other. But like I was saying, I think after these last 2 years and being gone so much, I don't think they're going to ride him so hard. They're going to have to split carries and get another backup and take some of that load off his shoulders because obviously his body cannot hold up to that. So they're going to have to figure something out because you need him on the field. He does nothing but to produce when he's there. You don't think he'll even be on the Cowboys next year? I don't know. He's got that fat contract, and Jerry Jones seems to absolutely love him. I mean, how are him and Tony Pollard not splitting more carries, more like a Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams situation? Like, I mean, Tony Pollard looks so explosive. Why wouldn't you split it? Keep Zeke healthier by taking half the workload away from him and absolutely run over people. I mean, you got those 2 running backs. Don't use them as a backup. Split the freaking carries. I know as fantasy, we hated that Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, but from a true football perspective, it's perfect. You keep both guys healthy, you keep them fresh, and you keep them explosive. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing. I really don't. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you always want consistency, but it's tough to get consistency in the NFL, man. These guys are smashing each other 55 miles an hour every single play. It's tough to stay healthy. Man, that is so weird. I did not know what's going on or why that little connection is fairly good. I don't know. I don't know that keeps coming up. Am I stalling? I haven't even been watching the YouTube thing. Am I stalling out there? That's crazy. Oh man, this Nick says I usually go some kind of no running back because I play super flex PPR, so you can sometimes get running backs in later rounds. Yeah, I've heard about that, the no running back strategy, and I don't know if I believe in that. It's just, I mean, yeah, I mean, everybody has their different ways of doing it, but that seems crazy. I had to flip mine. I was always that guy. I mean, for the last 5 years, I'm a big tight end guy. I always picked the tight end early and often. That way I got the number 1 guy and produced because when everybody else is getting 5 points from their tight end and you're getting 25, that matters. That's a whole different player. It's like an extra player you get. So I did it, but then like early on, I heard like everybody was going with that strategy. I'm like, man, maybe more people are watching these than I thought. But everybody decided to go tight end up top and pick Kelsey right out of the gate, and that didn't work out for him. So it seems like I'm staying ahead of the curve. That's kind of cool, staying up, because yeah, I didn't take a tight end this year and just streamed all year, and it was rough. But I got enough great players up front that they made up for that. So I don't know. You just kind of got to ride the wave and do what everybody else isn't doing. You don't want to be doing the same thing everybody else does because then you just get caught up in that mix and you don't want to do that. So get a strategy kind of a little bit off peak of what everybody else is doing, and it will help you because I have to figure it does because I keep making it to the playoffs and pretty often making it to the bowl, trying to repeat as the fantasy champion this year. I won it last year. Got to try to do it again. Love it. Cook needs to learn to throw away 3 sacks on the sideline. Oh man, Pass blocking, I think. Man, everybody needs a good O-line. I mean, running backs, quarterbacks, without it, you're just going to be struggling all year long. What's up? Speaking of that, where do you guys think Russ is going to be? Because I live out here in Seattle, and there's not a doubt in my mind that we are seeing the last games of Russell Wilson in a Seahawk uniform. I do not think he'll be here. I personally think just because he's married to Sierra and that whole Jay-Z Beyonce friendship, you see him out there at Knicks games on the floor hanging out. So I just think because of that friendship and the hangout and for Sierra's career and everything, I see him in a New York Giants uniform next year. I think Russell Wilson's going to be a New York Giant next year. What do you guys think about that? I got Mixon at the end of the third this year. Nice. There you go. Yeah, I was able to pick up Ackler and Chubb around the corner, and that was really nice. I just can't see Russ going to the Jets. Maybe, but ooh. I mean, if anybody could turn an organization around, it would be a positive, crazy, just super go guy like Russ. Like if anybody can change the losing format of the Jets, it probably could be Russ. But man, going to the Jets, that would hurt my heart. Being a Dolphin fan, living in Seattle, watching Russell Wilson go to the Jets, that'd be that would be bad. I would not like that. That would drive me nuts. Superflex means you can start a QB, so there people drive QBs earlier. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Superflex. I've never done one of those. And yeah, I mean, I would want a QB. They seem to be the biggest producers. I'm sure the points are a little bit altered in a system like that. I'm sure it's like 4 points for a touchdown instead of 6, but I don't know. I mean, I got a standard league, and Andy was even surprised how early I reached for a quarterback because I wanted to make sure I had Bell this year. I mean, I had to. Not Bell, Allen. I'm sorry. Sitting here trying to read and talk at the same time. But yeah, I reached for Josh Allen super early this year just because I didn't know, but I had a feeling he was going to be the number 1 QB, and he has been crushing it, man. Josh Allen has put me on his back a few weeks with those 40-point games and said, let's get it done. And then the couple of weeks that he went bad, the rest of my team picked him up. So, man, just a lucky year. I didn't get smashed by COVID, so that was huge. The guys I picked ended up being absolute producers and staying healthy, so that was huge. Knock on wood. We don't need to have it blow up in the championship on me, but yeah, my guys have stayed healthy and COVID-free, and that alone is going to help you get into a championship because, wow, what a wild ride it's been this year. And then what is it? Just the new variant? Like all of a sudden we got, hundreds of players hitting the COVID at the same time. What do you guys think about that? I mean, they almost had to, but it's like the health didn't change, but for some reason now it's almost like they went to the CDC and said, hey, we got playoffs coming up. You need to switch it up. So now they're taking that layoff time from 10 days to 5 days. That's kind of weird because I don't think that anything on the disease side of it's changed. I think they're just changing protocols so they can get their product looking better and keep it on the field. But, man, I don't know. That would be another great place for Russell to show up. New Orleans with Sean Payton. That would be a great match. I could see that. Man, playing inside, nice and I could see him being down there. But man, I don't know. I just think something about that Jay-Z Beyonce connection is going to entice him into the New York spot, and New York needs it. Danny Dimes has not been their answer, so. But what we definitely don't need to do is switch him and bring Danny Dimes out here to Seattle. Oh my God, don't let that happen. So yeah, I don't know what Seattle's going to do because Aaron Rodgers isn't coming out here. He hates Seattle, so that's not even going to be a thing. Oh God, crazy. Oh, we got one of those guys in here. What? How do you do that? Maybe that's it. Bam, there you go. Keep that shit out. Spam, spam, spam. No remorse. What's up? You guys think St. Brown is as good as his stats are showing right now, or is it more that that's all Detroit has? I mean, he's like their only option to throw to, so they're throwing to him. I mean, he's catching the ball, so he's showing that he has the talent, but I don't know. Does that keep up? Is he going to be somebody to look at for next year? Or, like I said, is there just absolutely nobody left on that team, so he's the only one left to throw to? What do you think? That'd be crazy. Both New York teams need a lot more than a QB. Yeah, that's for damn sure. New York seems to have so much talent in the receivers, but none of them can stay healthy. I mean, that's wild. None of them can stay healthy. And yeah, Bobby Ingram, he came out of the gate as a rookie doing all right, but I don't think he's going to be the answer at tight end either. He is no Jeremy Shockey for them, I'll tell you that. So yeah, they're probably going to have to move on. But yeah, where's Aaron Rodgers going to show? Where's he going to end up? I can almost see Aaron Rodgers going down there to New Orleans and being with Sean Payton. That's kind of where I can see Aaron Rodgers showing up. I could almost see Elway, the way they like to bring superstar old quarterbacks up to Denver. I could almost see Denver and Tyson Russell up there. But I don't know if Russ, he's getting older. I don't know if he wants to be up there in that cold, playing in those cold games. But the way he likes to drop those bombs for like 60 and 70-yard passes into the bucket, it's a lot easier to throw up there in that thin air. So that's something to think about. But yeah, I think those are the top two for Russell. I think he's either going to end up in Denver and be a Bronco, or more likely, I really think he's going to be a Giant next year. And I can really see Aaron Rodgers going down and being a Saint, being down there with Sean Payton. New Orleans is what I was thinking. Is that what you're thinking for Rodgers or Russell? Because yeah, I could definitely see Aaron Rodgers ending up down there. That's Peyton. They need a quarterback. They need a star quarterback to replace Breeze. Who better than back-to-back MVPers, freaking Aaron Rodgers? That just seems like almost too perfect of a fit. And oh my gosh, he'll turn if they get Michael Thomas back, so that'll be like his new Devontae Adams. And then he's got Kamara running out of the backfield, one of the best pass receiving running backs. Oh my God, that would make New Orleans an instant freaking high pick to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I think that's just too perfect of a fit. I think that's going to happen, Jake. I think it seems too good, too good. And yeah, I would definitely probably go throw a little money in the sports book on them making it to the Super Bowl if they do sign that, because that's just too many pieces of the puzzle in place. Dude's good wide receiver is so deep though. Yeah, we'll see. Houston. I don't see Rodgers this late in his career. He's going to have to go to somebody who's going to have a chance to get him back to a Super Bowl, or why put his body through it? He's not getting any younger. And I just don't think Houston has enough pieces of the puzzle to actually get him to where he wants to go. So I don't really see Houston being a possibility for either him or either one of them. They do need a quarterback, but I don't see Rodgers or Russell heading down there. I just don't think it's going to make it. It's a possibility, you're right, but I just personally don't see that happening. They need more. These guys are just trying to win Super Bowls and win rings at this point in their career. Who do you guys think is going to be the number one tight end drafted next year? I think it's going to be Kelsey, Andrews, Pitts, Kittle. Who's coming off the board at tight end first next year? I mean, Kelsey is not getting any younger, and we're kind of seeing him fall off. Kittle is such a man-child. He's such a beast, but he can't stay healthy, so we don't know what's going to happen with that. Man, who's going to be the first tight end off the board? I don't know. Andrews is going nuts. It might almost need to be him. That guy is crazy good. So yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. But I mean, Kyle Pitts, a lot of people are so disappointed with him, but why? He's done nothing but produce. He hasn't done the outlandish, crazy like Kittle or Kelsey numbers, but he's a rookie tight end, and he's not even like built like that. So he's done what he needed to do for a rookie tight end coming in. He's produced just fine. It's just people are just bummed that he didn't do more. I think they're being a little too harsh on my man. But yeah, I don't know. He could come back in and be the number one tight end next year. You never know. And it's a distinct possibility. But I don't know. I kind of think Andrews might be the guy. Andrews might be number one. He's just got the body, the build, just big, huge tight end. Just what you're looking for. Absolutely. Yeah, and I'm with you right there. Exactly my point. Pitts did all right for a rookie. What do you want out of this guy? I think he did just fine. Like I said, everybody wanted him to come out there and be Kelsey right out of the gate. That's just not how things work all the time. So yeah, he didn't even think he'd be that bad. How good is New England really this year? Are they heading back for like NFL dominance? Like, what's going on with this team? How do you? That was crazy in that one game where a boy only threw 3 passes, but it was a hurricane outside. So Belichick did exactly what he needed to do to get that win. And the way they faced down Brady and kept him low in the box when they were so hot. I don't know. Is New England as good as they're kind of showing, or have they just gotten lucky at the right times this year? I know a lot of people would like to see that Belichick-Brady
Super Bowl, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they have the receiving core, and I don't think the quarterback's ready to make that kind of run. But what they have been doing has been very impressive, and yeah, kind of excited to see where that goes. Not being a Miami fan, I'm not the biggest New England fan, but I am a football fan and can't wait to see how that ends up. How fair was it to Melvin Gordon this year with everybody calling for Javonte week every week in, week out? Is this the week? It's Javonte week. It's Javonte. Why? I mean, all those guys did was come in and produce together. What are they so worried about? Like, they didn't need to do that. I think that's ridiculous. Patriots are above average, but they're not great, right? I mean, yeah, they're definitely in the upper echelon, but are they good enough to go all the way to the Super Bowl? Is what I'm asking. Like, have they returned to dominance, or are they just above average? I'm with you. I think they're just above average. I think they've gotten lucky in some key situations, and that's the only reason they've gone as far as they have. But yeah, Melvin Gordon, man, that guy, I mean, just an absolute veteran getting it done week in and week out. And I just loved how I heard like he took to social media and was calling some people out that were trying to call for Javonte and get rid of him. He's like, hey, I ain't going nowhere. He's like, I'm doing nothing for producing and plan on keep on doing so. So I thought that was awesome. Like, show some heart. He's still got love for the game. He's still producing. And as far as the Broncos go, again, if you got 50-50 and can keep both guys fresh, why would you ever do anything different? Keep both guys fresh, keep them in all season, and keep it moving. They don't care about fantasy points. They care about getting to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, shout out to Melvin Gordon, dude. You absolutely crushed it this year. And lay off my man, everybody else. He was doing it. Javonte's going to have his time, but it is still Melvin Gordon time. How bad did COVID, this is one for Andy. I was going to ask him, how bad did COVID affect his fantasy teams this year? Because, yeah, I mean, it affected everybody one way or another, but, like, did it truly devastate you and make you not do better, or is it actually did it actually not hurt you too bad, and were you able to dance around it? As long as you had some decent backups, you should have been able to dance around it. But, man, that's exactly, I mean, I've been doing my league for over 20 years, and that's why I actually didn't do it last year, because I just didn't want all that COVID messing things up. And, like, I don't know. Put your best players in, and then you lose with I mean, it's all out of your control, but that's just a double whammy. I didn't want to deal with it, and we're dealing with it now more than ever these last couple of weeks when it's the most important. So it's wild. It's crazy. And what do we think about them changing the COVID rules? Kind of talk that. I don't know. The variant didn't change, but for some reason we're going from 10 days down to 5. Because I mean, why did they do that in the first place? It's like now the product's gonna hurt, so now I don't know. It's crazy. I think it's just weird that they're cutting that time in half. And if you're not showing symptoms, then you can go ahead and play or whatever. It's like, so if you're not showing symptoms, but you still have COVID, you can go out on the field, cough all and breathe all hard on everybody, and then basically infect the entire game. Like, how does that make sense? Just so they can get their money and have a good product on the field. It's like, come on, let's go. That is just, I don't know. It seems crazy to me. Just my opinion, but it seems crazy to me. What do you guys think? Derrick Henry's going to make it back? Is Derrick Henry going to make it back for the real playoffs this year? Obviously not for fantasy, but you think he'll make it back in the real playoffs for them to come back? That would be insane if he did. That would be absolutely wild. I found out about COVID on Sunday a few times. Oh, yeah, that your player was down and out, like right before the game. Yeah, it was just a smack. It's hard to keep up, man. It was just, that's why I did, like I said, that's why I didn't do my league last year. I just knew it was gonna be nuts, and it's really rearing its ugly head this year. So that's gross. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should bring Henry back. I mean, I know they're playing for the big spot and they're trying to make it to a Super Bowl this year, but Julio Jones has kind of fell out. They're kind of making their way with their other 3 backs, but I don't know. I think Deontay Foreman, I mean, he's running hard. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they should bring Henry back. Try to heal him up and get him back for next year. But I don't know. That's not how they do it. That's what these guys do. They want to play football. They want to make it to championships. And, I mean, if there's any way he can, I'm sure he will. I just don't know if they should let him back on the field. Stay off, stay healthy, heal that thing up over the offseason, and come back and be the beast that you all know you are next year. What do you guys think? You think the Titans have a true chance of going all the way without King Henry? Like, if he does sit, you think they have any chance at all at making it to the big game? I don't know. Maybe they can. AJ Brown can put that whole team on his shoulders and run, but I don't know. He has a tough time staying healthy too. So it is rough. But it sounds like a lot of those players that everybody was worried for the championship, sounds like a lot of those players are going to be activated. They're just going to bring everybody back off COVID. Because from my understanding, they're leaving it up to the team doctors to say, and as long as you're not displaying symptoms, they're going to let you on the field. So, I mean, of course, the guys that are really sick and like actually sick and down and out, they're not going to be playing. But anybody else, I mean, it's just going to be a COVID fest. They're going to let everybody out there. What team doctor is going to say, "Oh no, no starting quarterback, you're not going to play"? I think you have a runny nose. You're not going to play. He's just going to walk through and be like, "Nope, I'm fine," and they're going to put that starting quarterback on the field. I think this could turn out to be a nightmare scenario. It's going to be wild. I hope not, but it could be. Oh man. He said, "Yeah, they're a solid team. No outstanding teams this year." Yeah, it seems like as soon as you pick somebody that's just going to walk with it, they take a dump. I mean, Dallas looked like they were going to be unstoppable, and then they hit the bed for a couple of games in a row. And the Bills looked like they were solid, and they were going to walk with it, and then they hit the bed for a couple of weeks in a row. So, I mean, it's tough. Arizona just came out swinging, and then, D-Hop down and Kyler down. Who knows what they're going to be able to do. So, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Kyler Murray just came out like he was on fire, literally on fire this year. Just 40 points every game. I was like, oh my God, did I pick the wrong quarterback? But nope, take Big Allen, take Big Josh to walk you through when it gets cold and late. And we need somebody with that stamina that can stay healthy on the field. So let's get it. God, even with a hurt foot, he just came out and got it done. Oh, man. Yeah, he needs to quit running so much. Josh Allen, they need to stop him from running and taking those big hits out there. Learn how to slide or something. But, yeah, just stay in the backfield. You got a cannon for an arm. You don't need to run all those yards. A few of them to keep them honest, but not so many. You don't need to be running for 100 yards a game. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if the Bills can do it without a running back. And they don't. I mean, Singletary seems very mediocre. So I don't know if they can get it done. I think we've been patient enough with the 14 days to slow the spread. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. Who knows? I mean, can you slow the spread? It's like unless you're just keeping people totally isolated, it looks like it's just going to get where it's going to go. So who knows, man? I don't think anybody knows, and that's the problem. It's just kind of trial and error at this point with that freaking virus. Who do you you guys think the biggest letdown was this year? What team was the biggest letdown that looked like they were going to go all the way and kind of just not doing much at all? That's a tough one. Maybe I thought the Bears would be a little bit better. They're a little bit rough. But the biggest letdown, maybe probably the Washington football team. I think they might have been. I thought their defense was going to be amazing, and then Fitzy got hurt and went down for the season with a broken hip, and that's what happens. Old people break hips. But yeah, I don't know. That team just right out of the gate had a rough start and never got back on track. So probably the Washington football team for me. But what do you guys think? Which football team do you think was the biggest letdown this year? Who did not perform like they were supposed to? And who's the biggest single player letdown? Man, oh boy, Trevor from Jacksonville, maybe number one pick, just coming up. But I mean, what's he supposed to do with a coach like Irv Smith? Just leading you down the wrong path. No bueno. Oh, it's not good. Oh, wrong one. Woo-hoo. I think yeah. You think the Saints have been the biggest letdown? Yeah, boy, they got ravaged as soon as James Winston went down, they were kind of downhill right out of the gate. Then Kamara got hurt, and they had no chance. So, yeah, the Saints is a good pick for definitely being the biggest letdown team or least producing team that we thought that would be doing a lot better. And the Seahawks, I mean, God, I could say the Seahawks have been awful. Unbelievable. The Seahawks have not, I don't know what happened. I mean, obviously I do. Russell got hurt, but still, it was just, he came back too early and we were just not good. We were not good. Kelsey, yeah, a lot of people took him in like the top 5. As far as players that unproduced, Kelsey is right there at the top. Allen Robinson, oh my God, what happened in that situation? Yeah, Kelsey. But yeah, Kelsey's probably the better pick, but man, Allen Robinson, like I said, I thought the Bears would be doing a little bit better, and Allen Robinson just fell off the face of the earth. He was just crazy. Also, scary Terry McLaurin. I mean, I know he's had some quarterback issues out there, but that guy's just a beast. He's usually been matchup proof and quarterback proof, and this year he just hasn't. I mean, is Heineke just that bad? I mean, he cannot throw the ball downfield, but Scary Terry is another huge letdown. And it's not his fault. It's just that he has not been able to produce like I thought he would. Wasn't happy about Kamara getting his towel taken. That big panda bear lineman just said, whoop, just playing some mind games with him. Oh, he got popped in the back of the head for that too. It's almost like they saw what happened and like let it go, but dude, Kamara could have gotten kicked out of the game. He punched that guy in the back of the head. He could have gotten tossed from the game right then and there. And I would not have been mad at that because, like I said, that's what I was playing to get into the championship. He had Kamara and I had the Miami D. So, yeah, a little bit of gamesmanship there, but that was funny. I was kind of laughing, kind of like, what a day. Oh, man, it was good. Good stuff. Getting his head rattled. Oh, who's the biggest surprise player this year? Who's your biggest surprise comeuppance? I'm going to have to say Cooper Kupp being as great as he was. Either him or Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler is another one. I got them both on my team. I wanted them to do good, but even I couldn't expect them to do as great as they did. So I think Eckler and Kupp are two of the biggest surprises for me. What do you guys think? Who's your biggest player that was like, oh, hell yeah, I had no idea you're going to do this, but thank you. Actually, in my other league, Field, I got a total mind block. The quarterback for Hurts, Jalen Hurts. I had him as my quarterback in my other league, and I had no idea he was going to be such a producer. That guy was, for the first half of the season, was just a guaranteed 27 points. He was amazing. Like, I had no idea he was going to. I thought he had a chance of being good, and that's why I took a flyer on him, but I didn't know he was going to be that good. He was amazing. So, yeah, Fields could be another one. I have Wentz and Hurts on one team, COVID and questionable. Yeah, that sucks. But Wentz is, I mean, if he's healthy enough, the team doctor is going to be like, oh yeah, you're good. You're not showing any systems. He could be down and out with snot coming out of both nostrils, and they'll be like, oh yeah, you're fine. Get out there. That man went out and played with 2 broken ankles. 2 broken ankles. What? Come on. Who does that? So I don't see anything. If he has a chance, I don't think anybody keeping Wentz off the field. And Hurts, I mean, Hurts has been playing hurt and been getting it done anyway. So I think you'll probably just stick Hurts in and be okay. So you're in the championship, Jake? You did that? I can't remember how that went. How many teams you played this year? And did you put that up there? How many teams did you have in this year? And how many did you make the championship in? I actually, for the first time, I only played 2 besides all my channel leagues that we were doing. I only did 2 actual fantasy leagues, mine and my buddies. And like I said, if I'd have played Eli, I would have made it. If I'd played Eli Mitchell both times that I sat him, I'd have been in both fantasy bowls. That really hurts my soul. I'm not gonna lie. At the time, I feel my judgment was sound. I picked Eli. I played Khalil Herbert, who just went off on the freaking Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the #1 run defense, and he just put up over 100 yards on them. I'm like, this guy's unstoppable. So I played him, and then he just went out and hit the bed, and Eli didn't go off, but he went off for enough points that I would have won that game. So that hurt my soul. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Waddle, definitely. Should have thought it would have been great, but didn't see it. Yeah, Waddle has been doing nothing but producing. The thing is he produces like half a yard at a time. Like if you're in PPR, Waddle is a superstar. If you're in a league like my league, Waddle is okay. It's that guy needs to start getting more than 12 catches for 7 yards. It's amazing. It's like, come on, dude, let's get downfield. Obviously, he blew up this last week, but we need to get my man downfield a little bit. Oh, man. Wow, you're in 2 leagues and you made the championships in both? Woo! Man, I don't know if I'm glad you didn't make my league or not. I always love the competition, but god dang, 2 leagues and 2 championships, that's pretty brutal. I almost did it. Like I said, if I'd have just started Eli in those 2 games I sat him, I'd have freaking been in both of my championships too. More than a little irritating, but c'est la vie. No use crying over spilled milk. What's the chance of there being a Brady Belichick Super Bowl? I say slim to none, even though I know a lot of people like it and want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't care if either one of them make the Super Bowl. But yeah, Brady Belichick, it'd be fun to have it up there and be able to hype it up, but I just don't really see it happening. No way. I think the Bills are going to find a way to pull it off even without a running back. I think they'll get there. Who do you guys think are going to be the top 3 drafted next year? Who do you think the top 3 draft picks are going to be next year? Got to be like Jonathan Taylor. Does Dalvin Cook still make a top 3 appearance? I mean, God, he does not produce when he's on there, but knowing he has 2 broke shoulders, that's a little scary. Got Cooper Kupp up there. Austin Eckler has been amazing. Like, man. Oh, Justin Hicks. There you go. That's how you get down. 1 league, 1 championship. Well done, sir. Well done. Man, good luck to you and whatever you need to get done to win it. Let's take these trophies home this year. Let's get it done. Feels good to be in the championship, doesn't it? Not so many people out there watching the streams anymore because they're all irritated and went bust and just don't care anymore. But for those of us who made it, feels good. Feels damn good. I love it. Back to back. That's what we're trying to do out here. Oh, man. Who's the most reliable at each position heading into the playoffs? Who is the most reliable? Oh, man. For running back, with Eckler coming off of the COVID, and you don't really know. It seems like everybody who comes back their first game off of COVID does not really produce. Javante Adams, Aaron Rodgers. I mean, look just what happened with Alexander Madison. That guy's been over 20 points a game. He comes off of COVID with Peterson being hurt, and he barely gets double digits. That's a scary thing, and it's real. I remember last year, I mean, Cam caught COVID and then came back and never looked right. I mean, those COVID symptoms do have lingering effects. It makes them very fatigued. They're tired. They can't have the energy, or they don't have the energy. So it's real, man. I don't know what's going on with the COVID, but I don't know. I don't know if I like I said, I got Eckler coming off of COVID this year, and it just, I'm a little worried because I picked up some guys and I might need to start over them. But Cook's back. It looks like Cook just came back off the protocol. So all those Cook guys that made the playoffs, I mean, if you made your championship, congratulations, because it looks like Cook's going to be back in, and we know what he does, produce. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to waive Wentz, and Wentz will play. It'll just be like, how healthy is he? Is he going to be able to throw the ball downfield? But like I said, a guy who's played on 2 broke ankles and still got the job done and look good. I'm all in. I'm with you, you tough son of a gun. God, there's some tough guys. These guys just are just subhuman, just gladiators out there. It's unbelievable. Oh, thanks. Good drafting. We go through 18, so a lot. Oh, wow. You're playing all 18? Man. Ooh, good luck with that. That's crazy when you got to worry about some of your studs being sat because keep them healthy for the playoffs. You get a little worried going into that 18th week in fantasy playoffs, but good luck to you, man. Make it happen. Do what you need to do. On paper, I should get this along with my 700 winnings. That's the best part, collecting that paycheck at the end. It's almost better for bragging rights. I love the bragging rights of it all. But yes, it's good to start the new year off with a little extra spending cash in that pocket. Nothing wrong with that. Makes for a good New Year's. Start the New Year's off right. Absolutely. It's fantastic. But yeah, for every position, I'd say Jonathan Taylor's got to be your number 1 running back. Cooper Kupp's got to be your number 1 receiver. Quarterback, I gotta say I do like Aaron Rodgers, but I think I'd almost have to roll with my guy Josh Allen for number 1. I picked him for the reason that what he's doing, and I love it. So I'm a Dolphin fan. I hate the Bills, but I love Josh Allen when he takes me to Super Bowl, fantasy Super Bowls. So yeah, it might even be Josh Allen, I think, on that one. And number 1 defense. Ooh, it's tough. Do you go with Miami, who has been absolutely slaying it? Just put up 25 points, but that was against a 3rd-string quarterback. This week he's going up against Ryan Tannehill. That's going to be tough. Aaron Donald and those boys out there, the Rams look freaking tough. They've been doing good. Do you look at the Bears like this week? The Bears are freaking going up against the Giants. I picked them up. I don't even know who I'm going to play, the Miami D or the Bears D, because the Bears going up against the Giants backup quarterback. That might solidify the game right there. I love the Bears against the Giants this week. Yeah, defense-wise, it's just tough with Miami being 7-0 on the 7-0 run, and the game they just put up. It's like, and being, of course, a diehard Dolphins fan, a little bit biased, but man, I almost I almost got to go Miami here in the end. You got to dance with the one who brung in. I saw Miami get hot like 5 weeks ago, picked them up, and they have been doing nothing but punishing like 20 points a game. Just 25 in the last one. It's been fantastic. It's been fantastic. Oh, what's up, JD? I see you out there. How you doing, man? What's good, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. How you doing in your fantasy leagues? Did you make any championships? Did you at least make the playoffs? Let a brother know. Does Tyreek Hill bounce back this week? Well, if he plays, I'm going to say he'll more than double his production from last week. He will. If he plays, I'm guessing he'll get you more than 1 point this week. So, yeah, he was just out there as a decoy last week. That was a joke. I think they threw to him once. He wasn't. I think he was an absolute decoy out there last week. So, of course, if he's out there this week, absolutely, he's going to get you more than 1 point. And it's tough to sit a Hill, but, man, that was rough last week. But, hey, I put Gesicki in twice, and twice he got me 2 goose eggs. So, I feel you. JD had a good week in the Stream League. Yeah, he did. He's punishing. Dude, I was so mad. I should have, because I know they do points for the finale of that, and I should have 20 more points in that Stream League. Oh, that would have been my Crimea River, 2 weeks ago? I freaking set up my lineup. I had $1 left, and I had Mark Andrews in. And so I was looking at tight ends, and I could have picked up Kittle for $1. So I was like, oh, man, I'm going to do that. So I did. I spent my last dollar, switched out Kittle for Andrews, and then the Giant Tamer came out and asked me to do something, so I closed my laptop. I never hit save changes, and so it kept Kittle in the game. It kept Mark Andrews on my team. Mark Andrews got me 5 points. Kittle went off for 25 or 27 points that week. So I should have 22 more points in that freaking Stream League. I'm mad. And if I lose first place by more than 22 points, I'm going to be irritated. But yeah, JD, you are absolutely crushing in the Stream League. So job well done, buddy. You've been in the top all year in that. It's awesome. I need to look in. I don't even know. I haven't set mine for this week yet. I got to get in and do that. Yeah, it's funny. The 2 teams that I was in just a super big hurry and just went in and did it in 4 minutes, just set it up. Those were the 2 weeks I won first place. Got to go with instincts sometimes. We overthink it way too much. You have Dallas defense on both teams. They're definitely a top 3 defense. They're crushing it. Dallas is getting it done and winning games for them. So they'll definitely help take you into the fantasy promised land. Yeah, week 14. Really? How about them Dolphins? You know it, baby. Woo! We love them Dolphins doing it. Like I was saying, you weren't here, but I had that defense going for me, and they absolutely got it. We're pretty much tied going into this week for the championship. He had Kamara. I had the Miami defense, and it worked out splendidly. I think we're like 6 teams on a bye week that week. Oh, what was that? Yeah, that was rough. And then week 7, week 8, by Mageddon. Oh, my God. I literally had 2 spots empty, and one guy get me negative points and still somehow squeaked out a win that week. I think that was the week Chubb put me on his shoulders and took me to the promised land. But by Mageddon, I couldn't believe it because I refused to implode my team. My team's amazing. So I wasn't going to just start dropping guys and try to pick up just to fill a team. I was like, I'll just take the L. And ended up winning. That's crazy. And then ended up getting my first loss right after that. It was kind of a bummer, but hey, what are you going to do? But yeah, we're 14-2 right now, 13-2 in the regular season. That's the best I've ever done. Only 2 losses. And of course, what's really funny, my only 2 losses were from the 2 worst teams in the league. The 2 worst teams in my league are the only 2 teams that beat me all year. It was funny. That's of course that's fitting and how it goes, which helps for standings. But yeah, it was crazy. Both times I lost, 2 worst teams in the league. Oh, ecstatic with the Dolphins. Like I was saying earlier, it's the first time in NFL history their team has lost 7 in a row and won 7 in a row in the same season. Just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Go Fins. How about them Dolphins? Everything's better than the Chargers. Then try their best to screw me last week. Whew, what happened? I was actually in a Survivor League on my last leg in the Survivor League on NFL channel. And so that's who I picked was the Chargers to beat the Texans. I was like, this is a gimme. I have this late in the year. Nice. I'm out. Goodbye. What the hell happened with the Chargers, man? Who Bear? You want to talk about a boom or bust guy. That guy will get you 8 points one week and 52 the next. It's like, come on, let's even that out, buddy. He's an elite talent, but let's even that out a little bit. My God. Oh, yeah, you're not Hubert this week. You're Herbert. Justin Herbert, what did you do? Yeah, I don't know what happened to the Chargers this week, but that was rough. So that's nice you were able to live it and get through that, because that was gross. That was gross. What's up? You guys think James Robinson will be back playing for the Jags next year, assuming the Achilles heal's okay? Think James Robinson will be back and be on the Jaguars next year, or is he going to find a new home? What do you think about that? I think now that Smith's gone, he's got a decent chance of being there, but I don't know. Something tells me he won't be a Jaguar next year. I think he's going to move on to greener pastures. If he has anything to say about it, I would think that's going to happen. I do not see him playing for him next year. But we shall see. But, man, I just hope his Achilles, first and foremost, hope his Achilles heals up all right. And speaking of Achilles, how are they talking about bringing Cam Akers back and activating him? I mean, I heard a rumor that it may just have been done to keep his 10-year pension alive, which is awesome. If they did that to keep that man's money alive and keep it rolling in, that's phenomenal. But yeah, what's going on? I mean, is Cam Akers, no way is he healed and ready to go, is he? That would be the fastest heal ever. I mean, that's Dalvin Cook healing quickness. That's insane. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, -5 against the Texans. I don't know. That was so gross about that. That was gross. But what's up? You guys think Cam Akers is really going to come on and play? Are they going to put him back on the field? I don't know. Like I said, I heard a rumor it was just to keep his pension money coming, so it keeps his money straight. But I don't know. I just cannot see him coming in and producing, man. That's nuts. Cam Akers, you can't be healed yet. Don't do it to yourself. But so fitting on our final stream of the year, and I was going to say this is another one for Andy being here. It's our final stream of the year, and basically our teams are playing each other. I'm a diehard Dolphins fan. He's a diehard Titans fan. This is going to be fun to talk smack this week. Poor guy. I wish we could have got on. Oh, who do you guys think is going to the Super Bowl? Who's going to the Super Bowl in your guys' opinion? I think it's going to be the Bills. The Bills against Green Bay. I say a Green Bay Buffalo. What do you guys think about that? Green Bay Buffalo. What about that? Yeah, it's hard not to be nervous with Hubert as one of your quarterbacks, but I don't know. You just gotta. If he did bad last week, it's probably going to be amazing this week, and probably just got to roll with him. Oh, I love it. Miami, San Fran, taking it back to the 82. That'd be amazing. Remember that way back when? Or, yeah, 82, wasn't it? When Montana and Marino played in the Super Bowl? That was awesome. Let's get an old school repeat. Miami and San Fran, that'd be amazing. It's not going to happen, but that'd be amazing. Oh, come on, Miami. They're doing nothing but beating everybody 7 games in a row. Why can't it happen? That would make my call. I said Miami's going to the Bowl in 3 years, 3 years ago. So this is the year. I just not feeling it like I was then. I was they're doing amazing now. I don't want to badmouth them, but yeah, again, how do you have 11 first and second round picks and put this team on the field? Come on, Miami. That front office is a travesty. They got to get that figured out. Was it 84 the Miami or the Montana Marino? Yeah, I think you're right. 84 on the Pepsi commercials. Yeah, that was great. And then the next year, Miami was terrible, but they were still in 85. They were the only team to be able to beat that monstrous Bears team. So that was kind of cool. Just Miami getting it done over the years. Only team to be perfect. Only team to be undefeated. Miami is just the ultimate freaking franchise. Just need to fix that front office situation. Oh, Arizona, KC. Yeah, that's a little more likely. That's a little more likely, unfortunately. But come on, Miami. Let's get her done. Nothing but wins from here on out. That'd be amazing. Oh, we got to hit one last QB or not QB section. Is there any way Brady heads back to New England in the next few years to retire there? What do you guys think about that? I was thinking I could see that. I mean, obviously, he's the one to put the Patriots on the map. He's the ultimate Patriot. He's doing it for the Bucs now, but I could just see something as cheesy as him coming back and playing half a year for New England just so he can retire from New England. If they pull that crap, it'll suck, but I could see it happening. What do you guys think? Is there any way that happens? I think they want to see how he looks before the playoffs. The offense could really use him. We shall see. You're talking about Cam Akers out there. I don't know, man. I mean, they could use him, but do you really want to rush him and have him hurt it again right away? It's like, let that thing heal up proper. Let it heal up. But yeah, that'd be crazy if they find a way to bring Brady back to New England just so he can retire there and retire his jersey from there. He's sick, but I can see it happening. Will Jared Goff be the QB for the Lions next year? Man, he's had a rough go. They've had a rough season, but I mean, Lions always have a rough season. It's tough. Is it any worse than what they've had before? But I mean, and then we already saw, I mean, God, as soon as they got Stafford out of there, look what happened. He did nothing but become an all-star out there for the Rams. So I don't know what's going to happen with Jared Goff and what's going to happen with the Lions next year. That's anybody's guess, but what a nightmare scenario. And what do you got? You think the Giants need to start looking for a new QB? We talked about it earlier. I think Russell's going to be playing there, but Danny Dimes has been more like Danny Duds, and I just do not see him in a Giants uniform next year. Maybe, but I don't know. Now he's got that hurt neck injury. It's like, maybe that's something to worry about. So, yeah, I definitely see Russell Wilson playing out there in New York for the Giants next year, but time will tell. And again, we talked about Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to be going and playing for the Saints next year. It just seems like the perfect fit down there with Kamara. And if Michael Thomas comes back and Sean Payton leading the way, Sean Payton might be one of the only people or head coaches that Rodgers would actually listen to as being smarter than him in the game. I don't even know if he's smarter, but just would at least listen to the man because he's definitely produced. Lions are the worst franchise in the NFL. Whoo, I don't know. The Jets might have something to say about that. It's definitely a battle for the worst, but man, the Jets, you know me, being a Dolphins fan, I hate the Jets. But no, the Lions are just awful. They are absolutely awful. So that's a tough one. That is a tough one to fight for the worst. But yeah, I don't know. I think Joff, if he can do anything about it, I think he's going to get the hell out of there. Might see Joff go someplace where we were talking about. Joff might go to the Jets or he might go to the Giants. I mean, never know, but I could see him doing his best to get the hell out of there. And they'll probably be more than happy to let him go because he really didn't do a whole lot for him. So they just need to draft. But I don't watch college football, but it sounds like there's not a lot of promising prospects coming up from the quarterback position. So I don't know what some of these teams are going to do because they all need a quarterback and none of them have a real one. So they're going to figure something out. Going to have to get some of these backup quarterbacks away from some of these teams. Some of these teams have quarterbacks like like down there in Baltimore. It's like some of these guys you could pick up and start on a team. They don't need to be sitting behind anybody. So see how that works out. Oh, who will be the Rams' number one receiver this week? Who do you guys think the Rams' number one receiver will be this week? Is it going to be Cooper Kupp? Is it going to be OBJ? Is it going to be Van? What's happening? Van Jefferson going to get it done? Oh, I'm on Denver needs to lose out, fire the whole coaching staff, let Bridgewater walk, get Russell Wilson and a new coaching staff. That's the miracle cure. And I mean, they do go after all-star old quarterbacks. So I can almost, I mean, coming from the tundra, they need somebody that can play outdoors and in the cold like that. I could almost see Aaron Rodgers going to Denver. That would be my top two. He's either going to be a Saint or a Bronco next year. I'm sure as hell ain't going to be a Seahawks. We know that's happening. But yeah, I don't know. I could see Manning going out there and trying to pick up Aaron Rodgers to finish his career out there. Just like, not Manning, but Elway finish his career out there. They like to do that out there in Denver. So I could see Rodgers in Denver. I think it'd be better for him down in Louisiana, but I could see him up there. Oh, Cooper Kupp. I mean, just an absolute man-child. I think you're right. I think Kupp's going to be the number one. It's hard to go against him, but they have been spreading that rock around a little bit. So do they want to keep Kupp a little healthier for his run in the playoffs, or are they just going to keep feeding him? We shall see. Is Kelsey still worth a first-round pick? My answer is no. Shipping and receiving, that's where we're at. Is Kelsey still worth a first-round pick? I do not believe he is. Will Julio Jones retire after this year? I hope so. I mean, unless he's just desperate for cash and needs to stay active and keep that paycheck coming in, what are you doing to yourself? I mean, he has just not been able to stay healthy. So I see Julio Jones definitely retiring this year, and I think he should. You've had a great career. Just don't do it to yourself. You want to be able to walk. You want to be able to still walk straight upright in a few years. Just let it go. The hamstring's never going to get better. You gotta let it go. Who will the Cowboys' number one receiver be this week? Who do you guys think the Cowboys receiver will be number one? Yep, Cup is definitely Stafford's number one target. Like I said, they might try to keep him a little healthier for the playoff run, so they may stifle his production a little bit. I'm not sure, but I could definitely see him doing it. Oh, you like the Bengals Chiefs in the Super Bowl, huh? Or Bengals or Chiefs? Man, I don't know. It'll be close. The Chiefs are definitely coming back alive at the right time, so they're definitely one to be talked about. The Bengals, oh my God, they're too up and down. Oh boy's fingers hurt, and then he comes out and throws for 1,000 yards. Like, oh my God. Yeah, who knows? I mean, who knows what's going to happen with the Bengals? Like I said, I thought they were going to be top. I thought Mixon was going to be the number one running back this year. I had high hopes for the Bengals, and they're starting to kind of come on, but they're just the whole team as a whole is like boom or bust. So they're a little rough to depend on the Bengals, which is their basically story of their franchise. Oh, CeeDee Lamb. You think CeeDee Lamb's going to be the number one receiver for the Cowboys? I mean, man, Amari Cooper needs to come up. I think he's just ready to have an explosion game like he did in the first game of the season. But CeeDee Lamb, I mean, that's the obvious choice. I mean, it's who it should be, probably their best receiver. But I don't know. I think Cooper Kupp might come back and really have a game this week. I think it might be Cooper Kupp. But yeah. And then the JD's with you. He says Lamb for the Cowboys. I mean, like I said, that should be the highest percentage pick. But something tells me, I don't know. I think Cooper Kupp might come. Cooper Kupp. I think Amari Cooper might come back and actually do something this week. So we shall see it. Oh, he had a bias pick. I need CeeDee Lamb to have a good game. He's probably going to have a good game. I see it. I mean, dude, they're back on track. They're on fire. Dak's looking better and better. He's been struggling lately, but he looks like he's coming back. So he might have had a little dinger that we didn't even know about, and he's getting healthy again. Somehow Zeke keeps getting points. I don't know what the hell's going on with that guy. Jiminy Christmas. But somehow he keeps doing it. Yeah, the Cowboys, I mean, I don't know. The Cowboys might just find a way to fall into the Super Bowl this year. I mean, that is a distinct possibility. The way their defense is playing, if Dak comes back and gets on track, if Cooper and Lamb are catching all the balls thrown their way, if we get Dalton Schultz back in the game, get him catching some balls again, the Cowboys are going to be a tough team to pick. They might absolutely walk in the NFC. It might be them. I could see it. I'm not going to lie. Oh, man. Is next year Debo going to be listed as a wide receiver or running back in the fantasy applications? It's like, are they going to go both like Yahoo did with Cordell Patterson this year? Or what is he going to be? Is Debo going to be listed as a wide receiver or running back? My goodness, that'd be funny. But yeah, man, it's just been a crazy year. Congratulations to everybody who made it out there, and everybody, good luck on your game this week. For Justin Hicks out there, good luck on making it through this week and into your bowl. That is so dangerous, man, doing the fantasy bowl in week 18. But good luck to you, man. I hope you make it. Hope you get that $700 paycheck. And yeah, we go into the off season with a great big old smile and a championship under our belt. So I want to thank everybody that showed up here today. Good luck, and I hope everybody's having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Until we see you next time, be easy, good luck, and let's do this. Game time!